Good afternoon. How are you? Okay, now can we open page 441? 441. Yes, ya Hafiz, excellent. Yes, ya Omar. Compare fractions. Hala, open your camera, please. Again, page 441. Stop playing, Yasin. Okay, now let's start. Today, we want to know how to compare fractions. We want to compare between fractions. So, in the first problem, it says, Joanne read for 5/6 of an hour. 5/6. And Larissa read for 10/12 of an hour. Now, he is asking who read for a longer period of time. Explain. Again, he wants me here to compare between the two fractions, Joanne and Larissa. I want to find who read more, so I want to find the greatest fraction. Okay? So, simple. I can use a bar like this. I will use 2 bars to represent each fraction, okay? And they must be the same size. Again, when I compare between fractions, they must be of the same size. So I can draw 2 bars with the same size. The first one, for Joanne, I will divide it into 6 parts. Okay? The first bar, I will divide it into the total number of parts here is 6. So I will divide it into 6 parts. Joanne, read 5 from the 6 parts. So I will shade 5 parts. She reads 5/6. So I will shade 5 parts from the total of 6 parts. Now the second bar for Larissa. Also, I will divide it into here. We have total of 12 parts. So I will divide it into 12 parts. Of course, the parts must be equal. The parts must be equal. Okay, now Larissa reads 10 parts out of the total of 12 parts. So I will shade 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you look at the shaded parts, they are equal. The shaded parts in both bars are equal. So from this model, I can say 5/6 equal 10/12. So both read the same amount. Both read the same amount. Or now I will use numbers to find the relation between them. I have 5/6 and 10/12. Now I want to make a relation between both fractions. Here I have the denominator 6 and here I have denominator 12. Can we make them both have the same denominator? Who can tell me, can I make both fractions have same denominator? Who knows? Yes, Yasin. How can I make them both have same denominator?
10/12 multiply 2/2.
Excellent. I can multiply this fraction by 2/2 to find the equivalent fraction with the same denominator. Now, 5 times
equal. So they are equal.
10. Yes. 5 times 2 equal 10. 6 times 2 equal 12. So it gives me the same fraction. So both fractions are equal. Yes?
But 10/12 is greater than 5/6. Or we have to do like
It's
that.
equivalent. They are equivalent, Ya Yasin. 5/6 equal 10/12. They are equivalent fractions. Equivalent. Because we multiplied up and down by the same number. So it will give you equivalent fraction. So now here, I try to make both fractions to have same denominator. So I will rename this fraction. What is the meaning of rename? To find another equivalent fraction with same denominator. Again, what is the meaning of renaming a fraction? Rename, it means I will find another equivalent fraction. And I want it to have the same denominator, so I can multiply this fraction by 2/2, so it will give me 10/12. So if you compare, they are the same. So now I can say that 5/6 also equal 10/12. Both are equivalent fractions. You understand? You understand? Okay. So in this way, I can't compare them. They are different. I can't compare. So that I will rename one or both fractions to find fractions with the same denominator so that I can compare. Malik Rami, you understand? Okay. Write this in page 441. Yes, Ya Umar?
I finished writing the first one and the second one.
Excellent, Ya Umar. If you finish, open the next page. If you finish writing, open page 442. If you all finish, raise your hand. Okay, try to write faster. Okay, Ya Hala. Okay يا حافظ. Finish? I will erase. Did you finish? Write faster. We don't have time. Write faster. Okay, I will erase now. Okay, now all of you look at the board. All of you look at the board. When I compare two fractions, when we compare two fractions, we have three cases. I have three cases. The first case, if we have same denominator. This is the easiest one. The first case is if we have same denominator. This way, this case is the easiest way. Look, if I am comparing between two fractions, 2/6 and 5/6, we have same denominator. So I will look at the numerator. The greatest numerator is the greater fraction. Okay, this one is the easiest case. If we have same denominator, here I have denominator 6 and here I have denominator 6, so we have same denominator. So I will look up at the numerator. The greater is the greater. So here I have 5 parts and here we have only 2 parts. So of course 5 is greater. So this sign opens its mouth to the greatest number. You know, this sign opens its mouth to the greatest number. So it will look at the 5. So 5/6 is bigger than or greater than 2/6. This case is easy, right? The first case is easy. For example, another example, 1/3 or 2/3. Which fraction is greater? Which fraction is greater يا مالك رامي? I will look first I will look at the denominator. They are the same, so it's easy. The greatest numerator is the greatest fraction. So which fraction is greater?
2/3.
Excellent. So the first case is the easiest case. If we have same denominator, I will look up. The greater is the greater. So 5 is bigger than or greater than 2. Easy. Now the second case, if we have same numerator but different denominator. The second case, if I have same numerator, for example, 1/6 and 1/4. If you look here, we have same numerator. In this case, the greater denominator is the lesser fraction, the opposite. Here, the opposite. If we have same numerator, the greater denominator is the lesser fraction. Here the opposite. The greater denominator will be the lesser fraction. It will be the lesser fraction. So the sign will look at the other fraction. Again, listen to me carefully. In the second case, if we have same numerator, here I have numerator 1 and numerator 1. Here we have same numerator. So I will look down at the denominator. The greater denominator is the lesser fraction. Here, which is greater denominator? It's 6. 6 is greater than 4. So this fraction is the lesser fraction. This case is opposite. In this case, it is the opposite. The greater is the lesser. The greater denominator is the lesser fraction. So the sign will look at the other fraction. You understand the second case? You have to concentrate in this case. The greater denominator is the lesser fraction. The greater denominator is the lesser fraction. So the sign will look at the other fraction. Now, the third case, what if all are different? I have different numerator and denominator. What if all are different? Different numerator and denominator, all are different. For example, 2/4, 4/8. All are different. Here 2, here 4. Here 4, here 8. Numerators are different and denominator are different. What can I do in this case? I have two options to solve this one. I have two options. I can rename one or both fractions with same denominator. Again, the first option, I will rename one or both fractions with same denominator. It means I will find equivalent fraction that have the same denominator. Okay? So the first option is to make the denominators same. The second option is to make the numerator the same. The second option, I can rename also one or both fractions with same numerator in this time. Again, if all are different numerator and different denominator, what can we do? I have two options. The first option is to rename the fractions to have same denominator. The second option is to rename them to have same numerator. So I can make the numbers down the same, or the second option, I will make the numbers above the line the same. So let's see the first one. I want to make both denominators the same. Here I have 2/4 and here 4/8. How can I make same denominators same, ya Mawadda? I want to make same denominators.
I will make the 4 like the 8.
How? How can I make this 4/8?
I will rename it.
Yes, how also? I can multiply this fraction by 2/2. So if I multiply, okay, I will change this 4 into 5. Okay, I don't want them to be equal. I want now to make same denominator, so I can multiply by 2/2. I will multiply this fraction by 2/2 so that I will rename it to have same denominator. 2 times 2.
2 times 2 equals 4.
Now 4 times 2.
8.
8. So now I found equivalent fraction for the first one. Now I don't need to change this fraction. I don't need to change it. It already has 8 as denominator. So I will use it 5/8. Can you compare now, ya Mawadda? Is it easy to compare now? We
Yes.
have same denominator. So yes, I can compare now. I will say 5 is greater than 4. So the sign will look at 5/8.
Teacher,
So
I didn't understand case number 2.
This case? Okay,
Yes.
I will say it again. Okay, now this case is the easiest case. If we have same denominator, so I will look up the greater is the greater. 5 is greater than 4, so this fraction will be greater. So now I will say that 2/4, the original fraction, is less than 5/8. You understand? So I have to find a fraction with equivalent or same denominator. Now the second case, if I have 1/2 and 5/6. Again, if you look at the numerators, they are different. If we look at the denominators, they are different. So I will use the third case. I told you we have two options: to make same denominator or to rename to make same numerator. Now I want to rename to make same numerator. How can I make same numerator? Who can tell me? Yemen? I want both fractions to have same numerator. How can I make both fractions have same numerator?
Have same numerator.
Numerator is the number above the line. How can I make the numerators the same? Here I have 1 and here I have 5. Can you make this one 5? Yes.
No.
Yes. I can make this one 5. I will multiply this fraction by 5 over 5. If we multiply the first fraction by 5 over 5, 1 times 5, ya Yaman?
1 times 5 equal 5.
Over 2 times 5,
10.
10. So now the new fraction is 5 over 10. And here I have 5 over 6. Now they have the same numerator?
Yeah.
Yes, it's easy. I can also make same numerator. If I multiply by 5 over 5, I will make same numerator. So now, if you look at the fraction, I made the same numerator. So how can we compare now, ya Yaman? I told you, if we have same numerator, it's opposite. If I have the greater denominator is the lesser fraction. Here is the opposite. The greater is the lesser. In this case, the greater is the lesser. So I will look which denominator is greater. 10 is greater.
10.
So this is the lesser fraction. Again, the greater denominator, ya Mawadda, is the lesser fraction. 10 is greater than 6, right? So I will do the opposite. It will be the lesser fraction. So the sign will look at the other fraction. So now I can say that 1 over 2 was lesser than 5 over 6. I know it's a little tricky. You have to concentrate very well. You have to concentrate very well to solve these problems. So the first case, it is the easiest case. If we have same denominator, it's so easy. So the greater number is the greatest. Here I have both denominators are 6. So the greater is the greater fraction. 5 is greater than 2, so this fraction is great. So this case is so easy. If we have same denominator. Now, ya Mawadda, the second case, what if we have the same numerator? Same numerator. Now, it will be the opposite. The greater denominator is the lesser fraction. Here, it is the opposite. The greater is the lesser. 6 is greater than 4, right? So this fraction will be less than this fraction. Is it okay now, Mawadda?
Yeah.
In this case, if we have same numerator, so the greater denominator is the lesser fraction. So this fraction is less than this fraction. Now, the third case, if all are different, I have different numerator and I have different denominator. So what can we do? I have two options. I can rename one or both fractions to make the same denominator, or the second option to make same numerator. Again, I have two options. Either to make them have same denominator or to make them have same numerator. Okay? So I will find equivalent fractions with same numerator or with same denominator. Is it easy now? You can compare now. You can compare now between any fractions. Okay. Now, look, I will write all of this in a note and I will give it to you. I will put it on the website so you can print it. So now don't write. Now let's solve some problems to practice.
Okay, Miss, can I solve number 1?
But I asked you already, man. I told you I have to ask all of you.
But I showed it number 1. I want to
Okay, we
see
will
if
see.
it is correct. I want to solve it.
Okay, now, so in page 442, he wants me to compare between 1/4 and 5/6. Who can solve this one with me? Who can solve it? I want to compare between 1/4 and 5/6. Yes, ya Saeed? So first, ya Saeed, I will look. Do we have same denominator? No.
No.
Do we have same numerator? No. So we are in the third case. So I have two options. Either to make them have same numerator or same denominator. You choose which way, ya Saeed?
Wait, let me see. We use the first one.
Okay, we can use this way or this way. Now I want to make same denominator. How can we make same denominator? Can you make this 4 to be 6?
4? No.
No, so what can I do? I will take the 4 and I will take the 6. And I will say, if I multiply this fraction by 2/2, 4 will be 8. If I multiply by 3, it will be 12. If I multiply by 4, it will be 16,
16.
and so on. Now this 6. If I multiply by 2, it will be 12. If I multiply by 3, it will be 18, and so on. Which is the common number? Which is the first common number? Here I have 8, 12, 16. Here I have 12, 18. What is the first common number, ya Saeed?
Wait, let me. The first common number 12.
12. Both have a multiple of 12. So now I will use 12 as denominator for each fraction. Okay, so if I can't make one fraction like the other fraction, I will use this way. I will take this denominator and I will take this denominator. And I will try all the multiples. If I multiply by 2, if I multiply by 3, and so on. And I will find the first common number. The first common number here is 12. So now I will use 12 as denominator for each fraction. Now, how did 4 become 12? We multiplied by?
We multiplied by wait.
3/3. How 4 became 12? By multiplying 3. So I have to multiply up also by 3. 1 times 3.
1 times 3, 3.
So now the new equivalent fraction for 1/4 is 3/12. Now look at the second one. Here we have 6, it became 12. So we multiplied by?
We multiply by wait, here we met 2.
2. So I have to multiply up and down by 2. Now 5 times 2?
10.
10. Can you compare now, ya Saeed? Is it easy?
Yeah.
3/12 or 10/12? Which is greater?
10/12.
Excellent. So now I can say that 5/6 was greater than 1/4. You understand? I know it's a little tricky and you have to be awake to solve it. First, I will look at the two fractions. Do they have the same denominator? No. Do they have same numerator? Also no. So we are going to use the third case. I will rename one or both fractions so that they will have same denominator or same numerator. Here, Saeed choose to make them have same denominator. So I will look at the 4. Can I make it 6? No. So what can we do? I will think of all multiples of 4 and all multiples of 6. The first common number, I will use it as denominator. So I will think, if we multiply 4 by 2, it will be 8. If I multiply by 3, 12, and so on. Also, I will make it for 6. If I multiply 6 by 2, it will be 12. If I multiply by 3, 18. So I will look, the first common number is 12. So I will use 12 as denominator. Malik, Rami, and Hala, you understand? If you have any problem, tell me. Hafiz, you understand, ya Hafiz? Okay.
Miss, can I drink water?
Okay, ya Saeed. Who can tell me another way? In this way, Saeed chose to make them have same denominator. Now, I want to solve it with the other way. I want to make same numerator. Yes, ya Umar, how can I make same numerator for 1 over 4 and 5 over 6? I want to make same numerator.
1 times 5.
Excellent. I will multiply both up and down by 5. I will multiply this fraction by 5 over 5. So 1 times 5.
1 times 5 equal 1 times 5 equal 5.
4 times 5.
4 times 5 equal 20.
And the other fraction stays the same, 5 over 6. Now, if we look at the two fractions, we have same numerator. So we are in case 2, the opposite. The greater is the lesser. So which is the greater denominator? 20 is greater.
But the greater numerator is 6.
The greater fraction will be 5 over 6. So in this, the second case, it is the opposite. If we have same numerator, so I will look at the denominator. The greater numerator is the lesser fraction. The greater is the lesser. So the sign will look at the other fraction. Now you understand? So you have to concentrate before you solve. See, we are in which case? Case 1, case 2, or case 3?
Okay.
Excellent, ya Umar.
We join again?
No, Umar, we finished. We will continue tomorrow. Okay, all of this is already written, so you don't need to write.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you.